So when I started doing a startup, it felt normal. It's like, oh, I'm only supposed to take like $200 a month. Oh, that sounds awesome, man. But that's not a career. $200 a month is literally your bills.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome to
Spill the Tea with THG.
And if you're listening for the very first time, this is a podcast where we talk about societal issues that are very close to our hearts, and we hope that the topics chosen are very relatable to you too. So do tune in to us on Spotify.
And you can also catch us on Instagram and Facebook.
I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Arvin.
And today we will be talking about building your own passion projects. And today we are very happy to have two special guests with us today, John and Elliot.
Hey, what's up? I'm Elliot.
And I'm John.
And we're from Start Something Studios and Serial Kendama.
What's up? What's up?
Hey man, good to be here. Thanks for having us. We're gonna talk about a few things today. First is, I guess, something that John and I just started, which is Start Something Studios. It's a little gaming company, a little IP house. We want to design and build story worlds and then create them into products and hopefully share them with a bigger audience out there. You know, like everyone loves cute things and we love cute things.
Yeah.
We want to make more cute things.
I love cute things.
Hey, yeah,
Love
that's
it.
us. That's us. And John and I also started Serial Kendama a while back, right? When was it?
Yeah. We started Serial Kendama in 2015. It's kind of like the first, I think it's proper business. We used to have like small projects together.
Yeah, we're no strangers to working on passion.
For those that may not be familiar with Kendama, could you give a quick
Okay.
intro?
So I'm wearing my Kendama shirt for you guys today,
wearing
okay?
Kendama on my
And he's
neck.
wearing his Kendama on his neck.
Yeah.
It's what's the best way to describe it, John?
It's a Japanese skill toy
Yeah.
that improves your perseverance and like determination. But it's mostly about friends.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
It's a lot of like hand-eye coordination
Yeah.
and whatnot. So pretty cool.
Nice.
So what actually inspired you to start all these like businesses or like your business?
Okay. I guess we'll have pretty different answers because like that's what passion is about for us, right? Passion is something that you feel within your soul and that you want to express it. So even though we have the same vision, how we arrived at it might be a little bit different. From Start Something Studios, for example, that was because of I had a lot of ideas for making games, right? When I was a kid, me and John used to like create games in the back of my room. We would make it for our friends as well, get them to play
Yeah.
it.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, that one wasn't very cute. It's actually about us surviving school and then meeting all our bullies along the way. But that was the narrative of the game.
And we were 20, so it wasn't that cute.
It wasn't that cute, lah. In fact, it was a bit creepy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So when you said young, you said 20 lah.
Hey man, 20 is a state of mind.
Yeah, we're 21 now. But like, it was just a year ago, actually.
Nonsense. Passion wise, I wanted to do this because I felt like there was something to give, lah. I wanted to tell stories. It's always been a part of who I am, sharing these stories with others. I love entertaining people, and nothing feels cooler than having your friends sit around a table like this, playing a game, and then realizing that you didn't have to go out there, spend a truck ton of money to have a good time. You could just be at home in the company of good people, and you have all these like memories that you hold for very long periods of time. That's what motivates me.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned memories, I think it's quite similar. Like some of my best memories at night, like our late nights with our friends, right? Like 2-3 a.m. are playing board games. They're actually not out like drinking or getting smashed or whatever, just playing board games. And yeah, so when El had this idea, I was like, damn dude, I'm can I say damn? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, dude, I'm down for this.
Yeah.
So it's really because like some of the best memories that we shared are based on board games and gaming, and I felt like we wanted to create the same experiences for other people.
And it helps that John and I have been friends for like at least 3/4 of our lives. Right, since we're 7, right?
It's
exactly 3/4. Yeah, okay.
This year,
We're actually 28, so
Yeah.
3/4 of our life has spent like with each other. So
Our
it means a lot.
friendship is older than April.
Our friendship is older than some of the interns in our office, right? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh, so cute. Okay.
Nice.
Just like, I mean, like, I've met friends who are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then they never actually start doing it. So, like, what was the turning point that actually made you guys really, like, get out there and do it?
And you guys were you guys had different careers before that as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was doing a bunch of YouTube stuff before this. So if you guys are watching the video version of this podcast, right, then you'll know, you might have seen my face plastered along the MRTs or stuff like that. The truth be told, I have very itchy fingers, you know. So when I feel something, I like to act on that thing. as long as it means something and resonates deep within the soul. So when I came up with this idea, we were gonna like slow down doing the YouTube scene. I mean, it's a very busy sort of period, and all of us were trying to do different things in our lives. I thought to myself, if I don't do this now, then I don't know when I'm ever gonna do it again. It was the right crossroads, and there's this Robert Frost poem that I really like. It talks about the path less traveled, and I always stick by that mantra. Always.
I was selling the dream.
He's selling the dream, dude. That's what
Selling
passion
the
is about.
dream, yeah.
Where were you before this?
Where was I? I was in a corporate job. I was working at P&G selling detergent. And but L kind of sold me the dream. As in, he didn't have to sell me hard. He said it, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like, this is a time of my life where I really, really kind of have to do this. And I know why it's like working with L. I mean, both at a friend level and at a professional level, like dealing with money and stuff. And like I figured, okay lah. I mean, yeah, can be done.
Can be done.
Yeah.
It has a certain bit of like a can-do attitude, I think, that it takes
Yeah,
to work on your passions, and also to know that a passion is not like, what's that, like a bed of roses all the time.
Yeah.
You have to be very tempered in your mood, in understanding if you're gonna work on your passion, it's gonna sometimes wane. It's gonna wax and wane like with anything else in life. So it's like a good relationship, you know. It's like a good relationship.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Sometimes you really love the person with all your heart. But there are days, right, where you just want to tell the person, hey, look, I want to Netflix by myself.
No, me time is important.
Me time is very important.
Yeah.
So sometimes you also got to step away from the passion to reinvigorate it. Relationship tip 101.
I was taken, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we're both taken.
We're both taken.
So what about like the standard concerns and fears that people have, like, oh no, but what about like stability, and what will I do if it crashes? How can I go? Would I have to go back to my old job and ask my old boss when I already rage quit?
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Especially if you rage quit.
Especially if you rage quit, right? I'm pretty fortunate in some sense, because this is not my first startup per se. Right? We started YouTube from basically that was pure passion.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know it was going to be able to make money. We didn't know if our careers were going to like pan out in the long run. We just knew that it was something that we wanted to do and decided, okay, let's go full steam ahead. What's important for me though was knowing that at the end of the day, if I gave it my 100% and I had no reason to look back and regret, even if it were to not succeed, I would have done something. I would have done something I can sleep better at night. Like, this was all us. Yeah, that was all us. And you at least you tried to the point where you could let it go. You know, to let go of a passion project is not, I think, the easiest thing. Some people will stick through and they'll bleed and they'll cry over it. But that's part of the process. Part of the process is learning your tenacity. Part of the process is learning how to see a project from start to end. And sometimes goodbyes are not goodbyes. They're just windows to new things.
See you later.
I'll see you later. Yeah.
See you later.
So positive.
You know, and it's not just positivity, right? Like, it's that idea that even if that thing crash and burn, right, there'll be these moments along the way which would definitely touch the lives of someone. If your product was something that you believed in, then or your service that you were doing was something you believed in, I'm very sure you would have those moments where you felt like, this is why I'm doing this.
Even if it's just one person, right?
Even if just one person. Like, John in his Kendama journey has a lot of these moments.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Kendama's a whole another level, right? Like,
yeah. Then when we share it on the streets and then we let someone try playing it, and then they're like, whoa, this is so cool. And 5 months down the road, they're still playing. You feel like, wow, I'm so glad that I went out there and I shared this passion with people.
Yeah, like I did some good in my life.
Yeah, it did something in your life. Because it's not always about money. I'm sure making a sustainable business is important, but the fact that you could change someone's life, you could make them feel something, it's good. It's good.
The funny thing is that like I'm super involved in Kendama. It's like my passion over the weekend. But it was actually Elle who introduced it to me. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it the first time I tried it. So the story I tell everyone was that like Elle has this YouTuber friends called the Ming Ting from Malaysia, and they showed him Kendama because they were super into it. And then one day Elle got one and he brought it over, and we're just hanging out. And I tried it. And I was like, oh man, I hate this. This sucks. This is the worst thing in the world. But okay, let's get one, right? Oh my god! Then the addiction started. Yeah, I was hooked.
Yeah, because it's and the thing is that once you start talking about why you like it, right, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Right, it makes so much more sense because It's about perseverance. It's about showing yourself you can do things you thought you couldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
the
goodness.
symbolism of the game itself is insane.
And I'm not a sporty person. I'm not like a coordinated person. I really am not like the burden of most mass dancers, right? So, but like I saw this documentary on Kendama like a while back, and then the guy was like, Kendama's kind of like a personal journey, you know. So it's not about like you being better than someone or you like competing. I mean, some people compete, of course, but like a lot of it is just understanding your body, how your body works, how low can you go, how high can you throw, like how slow can you see things. Yeah, so and I enjoy sharing that with others because when they get their first spike or like their first trick, and then I see that joy in their face, I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
It always shows you that you can do something which you didn't think you could ever do in the first place. Yeah, that's so cool.
You guys seem very like into what you've been doing, but like, how did the people around you like react? How do your parents react for like to your startups?
My parents, I hope my dad doesn't see this. My dad, I don't think my dad really cares, but he's because he's a traditional Chinese man. So the obvious journey from a kid was always be a doctor, be a doctor, right? And I disappointed him when I went to literature, and I did that as a big part of my growing up years. So now when I came out to say, hey Dad, I'm not going to do YouTube anymore, he was like, oh great, finally, but I'm going to do board games. I'm going to do IP think tank type stuff. And it's like, oh man. My son, why?
What will I tell auntie?
What will I tell the rest of the clan? I'm from a Hainanese clan on my dad's side, right? It's like, what will I tell the clan? I was like, I don't know. I just tell them that your son trying to like live up to his own expectations.
Right.
Yeah, but my mom has always been a patron of the arts. So she believes in self-actualization, in doing something that if you don't do now, then when? That's like her philosophy. And for myself, like, yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people who are very worried about doing startups, especially at the age of like 28. You're moving away from career that generally people already know you for, right? I'm very glad that I managed to do YouTube and we made something out of it. But moving to a whole different realm, that was scary, even for me. It's not just about the people around me who are like, hey, are you sure this is what you want to do? It's like, I want the most important thing is being able to sleep at night and look at yourself and go, I did something which, if I don't do in this lifetime, I don't want to be like in 70 and in my rocking chair going like, oh man, I wish I did that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Elle and I are similar in the mom side because we're both like mommy's boys.
Yeah.
my mom was super supportive. We're like best friends. So when I wanted to leave like my office job, she was like, I told her like, okay, I need to try this right now, and then I told her I did the math, and I think over the years I'm an only child, so like, yeah, kind of have to take care of them. No lah. But so she was very supportive. She was like, okay, you know what, go for it. And then like it was with Elle also, who she's known like as a son for like, I don't know, the longest time.
The longest time, yeah.
Yeah.
She's my mom too. She's my like second, third. I have so many.
Yeah,
moms.
we have like 6 moms.
Yeah, because all our friends are very tight, all tight.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cute.
My dad doesn't know, so like if this is how he finds out, like, Dad, don't worry, like
We're making it work.
yeah, we're making it work. I actually don't work for Big Three, Dad. Which is why he thinks.
Because we're in the office right here, right?
No, which is why he thinks. Like, given a reason why I was leaving my previous job, right? And I'm going to work for this like production house
That
and do
makes sense.
marketing there, yeah.
But our friends were all pretty supportive. In fact, a lot of them were encouragers and say like, hey, how can we help you?
Yeah.
The support system that you're in when you're trying to do a startup, I think is quintessential. Like, you want people who can bring that positive energy, who are more encouraging than discouraging. It's not that you should just like tune out all the negative feedback, because sometimes, you know, these things are valid. But when it comes to your mood, you know, what's in your control, that's something which you can say like, you know, I understand the concerns, but I believe in myself a little bit more than what people can say around me. And that amounts to so much. Confidence is key.
Yeah, and if you're on the flip side and if you have a friend doing a startup, like, they're probably super stressed already, so like, you know, like, have a
buy
good
them
time
a
with
coffee.
Yeah.
Teh O Peng Siu Dai. It's not that expensive, honestly.
I like Gong Cha.
Yeah, Gong Cha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I totally agree with you guys as well, because I had a similar kind of experience when I got out of my corporate job previously.
Yeah.
And before being at the Hidden Good, I was actually at a different NGO. That was a lot more smaller, and it was like a temp role first. Okay. And then I went through all that as well, where same thing. My mom was very supportive. She was all right.
Awesome.
But both parents were really concerned about stability lah. So what are you going to do? How are you going to make sure that blah blah blah. By the end, like this age, you still got this amount of whatever in the bank and all that. And actually, I didn't have as much of a support system per se. I had a lot of friends who were like my closer friends. Totally got what I understood and what I wanted to do. But there were also some that were very heavily skeptical.
Yeah.
They give you so when are you going to go back to a real job?
No, we've had that. We've all had that at some point.
Yeah, so why are you doing this? How long are you going to do this and all that? But I think naturally at first, because you're so passionate about it, you get a bit annoyed and like angry or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah, but I think what I also saw and started to grow into is to understand the cause behind the concerns, which is really them caring for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And once you understand those motivations and the reason why they're asking you those kind of questions, it's a bit easier to first, I think, allay their concerns and also be okay with the kind of skepticism that is thrown at you.
There's some level of empathy involved, I suppose. I think the one thing that also keeps me alive, right, actually, is the fact that as a business, you're never thinking short term. So like first, the passion is something I want to sustain for many, many years. I'm not trying to make a quick buck now. I want to see this in 10 years, 15 years time. And that's how business works, man. Like maybe you slog and things not so stable in the first 2 years. But after that, you hope that it'll be much better than you ever thought. So for those of you who are financially concerned, I would say there's a wave, there's a chart that you can actually see whether things are panning out.
Yeah, but also like do the math, right?
Yeah, do the math.
Yeah, if you're gonna start a business, don't live a lavish life and blow all your money away because someday you might need it.
Yeah, someday you might need it.
That's the I guess ground down to earth side of it.
Yeah, bottom line is bam.
Yeah, we eat Thai fun every day from the Toa Payoh store.
Yeah, hey, shout out to the Toa Payoh uncle, man. He makes the best Thai fun around.
It's true.
Yeah, actually, how old were you guys when you started your very, very first startup, or like when you started YouTube, or?
I guess YouTube would be first for him.
YouTube was 2013, at tail end 2012, early 2013. Yeah. So before that, I was working in I was doing like part-time work at a gaming company. So that's how it all began. How I met my partners, Aaron and Janice. And it was just to earn a bit of pocket money, honestly, to go back to school. But then after which, when we were doing a startup, I had no... Actually, right, I feel like I was conned into it.
Why?
No, because I had no idea. Like the business world or like the working world was a big question mark. I have never done a full-time job in my life. I didn't know anyone who was doing a full-time job. All my friends were just John and gang, right? So when I started doing a startup, it felt normal. It's like, I'm only supposed to take like $200 a month. Oh, that sounds awesome, man. But that's not a career. $200 a month is literally your bills, you know?
Yeah.
So only when I started getting seasoned in the industry, like 3 or 4 years, it's like, oh man, the startup life can get pretty rough at the beginning. Yeah. And then when you start to see that, you're like, okay, now that I've put that past behind me, it's time to like try to firm up the plans. Make sure that this is not something that starts as a passion project, but it has the goal was always to make it a bit something more, something that you could grow a company. You could get more people who share in your vision to be a part of that system. Yeah, I think Kendama first was always a much smaller thing though.
Yeah,
like we love the game. We wanted to share it with people around us, and we always wanted to stick it between us and just like the 4 friends.
Yeah.
So
I think Kendama, I'm not gonna lie, we had less of a long-term plan. I think because we just really it was a passion. Kendama was a passion. Like we didn't really plan on turning into business. It just kind of turned into a business, and when it did, we went all in because we just loved it so much.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I'm hearing from you guys, it was really about making it someone else's day by teaching them Kendama and letting them experience that awesomeness of that first fight or that trick.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the same as start something also now, right? Like when we're creating board games, we're always thinking like, what's the emotion we want to elicit when someone plays our board game? You know, I mean, it's not always a happy emotion. Some board games meant to like leave you scared, betrayed,
or burn bridges.
Burn bridges.
Yeah.
Some games are more exciting and intense. Some games are more cerebral. But you have to design like the emotion in mind.
Yeah,
right.
You design with getting that person to feel why they want to be a part of that brand, of that product itself as well. Yeah.
And so like also like basically like reason is why you are starting these projects for, cause like there are some people who start like their own businesses cause I want money, but like that doesn't seem like your reasoning.
Yeah, nothing wrong with starting a business for money, but like I think that's not how John and I operate at a very human level. John and I are very touchy-feely kind of fellas. Yeah, we always care. I think about the way people around us look at us. Like not in the way that we want to be like, oh, I'm so vain. It's more of like, you know, when they see us, do they see a person who is doing good in the world? Do they see us as a positive influence? Are we there as a symbol of fun and joy? Yeah. Right? I think that matters a lot. When you step into a room, you want people to feel like, oh, they're at ease. So I think that translates into our work ethic and our business ethic as well, where everyone we try to speak at a very fair level. We try to create a company. So if you ever come visit our office, right, it's like people are just having fun. We're brainstorming all the time. We keep a very cool, collected, but high energy kind of like room vibe.
Yeah. And if people need their time to like zone out, so feel free.
Yeah, it's all about open communication, man.
Yeah. Dude, open communication.
Yeah, dude.
Number one skill.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So to round everything up, so what tips do you have for youths who want to start a business?
Wow.
I guess it's also like you can have a passion, but what about the know-how?
Okay, a lot of information. Make sure you go and consult your friends who you think are the smartest, like the most wise, I guess, in their fields. So, for example, I'm bad at math. I'm very bad at math. I hated it growing up. I still don't understand what a binomial and a fraction is. Okay, I know a fraction.
He's better now at math.
I'm better now at math, but I was never good at it. But I knew friends. My friends who were in like the finance sector. John was in marketing. So before I had this idea, I was like, hey guys, I'm really, really into doing this. I think I have a great idea going on, but I would love some consultation. And take those consultations with people you trust, people who you think have your best interests at heart. Once you know whether it's something is feasible or not, I mean, it can be murky, like the feasibility can be a bit murky, but if you can have that vote of confidence, then you feel a bit better. You feel a bit more like you can put your best foot forward. That was something for me. Learning how to get people to objectively critique my plans. Yeah. And not to feel that fear, that fear of like, being judged, people just putting me down for the sake of putting me down. No. Nothing like that. You want people who are able to really give you the honest truth.
I think for me, Al said probably the most important thing. I think for me, it's like materialize your plan. Like I'm a bit more like, put like pen to paper, like we all have these like shower thoughts, bedroom thoughts, but put it into paper and like just kind of figure out the feasibility of your business and then take that. Like when Al came to us with the idea of start something, like he had like a proper deck. He like knew what it would take, what the category was like. Like he did his groundwork lah. So like he really put pen to paper and he didn't just go to us and say, hey guys, I got an idea. He put pen to paper, he came to us and we're like, dude, so easy to buy in. Like it's clear as day, Yeah.
Actually, you made a great point. You gotta move.
Yeah.
No point having a passion, but like it's all talk.
Yeah.
I think that's tough.
Can I also add? Can I steal one thing from like Steve Jobs? Like during the business, right? Like is from Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford. It says you can only connect the dots looking backwards. So like during the like first few months, things are going to be rough, but a lot of times you don't see like why they are rough. You just feel, oh man, this sucks, it's rough. But then like lots of times only like a year, 2 years later, when you've created a product, you created a portfolio, you have like a network, then you look back and say, oh yeah, this is why these things had to happen. This is why I stayed to 11. This is why like maybe this month like I had to take less salary or something like that. Yeah. You only can connect the dots like looking back.
That's
Love it.
Yeah. So do you have any like ending messages for like
follow us on Instagram at startsomethings.studios because that helps us connect with you guys by sharing with you all the fun things that we're making. But also don't give up on your dreams. It's always worth something.
And if you like social games, head over to Kickstarter.com
and then we have Burning Bridges. We still have like 2 weeks left for the campaign, depending on when this airs live.
All right, that's true.
Because from the day of our recording, it's 2 weeks.
Right, but I mean, the minute you see it, just head on to Kickstarter, click the $180 tier.
We will be ever so grateful.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so once again, you can follow them on Instagram at startsomething.studios. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I love plugs.
Yes. Okay. And that's all for this episode of
Spill the Tea with THG.
So do catch us on Facebook or Instagram or listen to this podcast on Spotify. Bye.
Bye.
Dude, I love this song.